Hello and welcome back. In today's video, I'm here to give you my pre-match thoughts going into the game between West Brom and Luton. It's the last game of the Championship season. It's also my last match preview of the season. So please smash that like button. Drop me a comment down below. Do you think Luton will stay up this season? Also, let me know your starting lineups that you would play against West Brom. I will tell you mine later on in today's video. But yeah, let me know how you're feeling as well. Are you excited? Are you nervous? Let me know down below. And yeah, here are my thoughts. If you asked me after the Blackburn game, Lewis, do you think we're going to win our next 3 games? I would have said no. And we did. We beat Derby, we beat Coventry, we beat Bristol City, and we played very well. Defended well, we looked good going forward. And if we play how we've played over the last 3 games against West Brom, I have full confidence that we are going to beat them. And we've put ourselves in a fantastic position. I didn't think we would be in this position, especially after losing against Blackburn. And it shows you the character, the good reaction from that defeat against Blackburn to put ourselves in this good position. We beat West Brom, we stay up. Yes, if we draw or lose, we are kind of relying on other teams and results to go our way, but we don't want to rely on other teams. We're in control, so let's do the business ourselves. If we're 3-0 up, we can have a party in the away end, I know it might not be 3-0, but I've got a feeling we are going to do it the Luton way. There's going to be plenty of ups and downs throughout the 90-minute game, and I'm sure Luton are going to give me a heart attack, and it would be typical Luton by just wait until the last 5 minutes of the game. It's going to be 0-0 and Hull are winning. Everyone around us is winning and we are basically in the bottom 3. But then out of nowhere, someone's going to score a goal and hopefully it be us. And yeah, we win the game 1-0 or something like that. And we'll walk away and we're going absolutely mental in that away end. Proper limbs. But I don't want it to get like that. I want it to be nice and easy. But Luton, we don't do it nice and easy, do we? Because it hasn't been easy all year. It's been quite difficult. We've left it to the last, run of games to go on a decent run of form. It's not good for the heart. And yes, I know as football fans, this is what you live for. You live for these big moments. But I just want sometimes a boring, normal season for Luton. The last 18 seasons, I'm 25 years old. The last 18 years, it's been full of entertainment. Yes, I wouldn't have it any other way, but one or 2 seasons, I would have liked it to be a little bit easier for ourselves. And yeah, who knows what could happen next year? Are we going to be in the same position? Are we going to be a boring mid-table side? Are we going to go for a promotion? I'm not too sure, but we can talk about that after we know what division Luton are going to be in. So from West Brom's perspective, looking at them, they are a team, in my opinion, I do think have underachieved this year. I think they should be one of the teams competing for a playoff position. I think their squad is more than capable. I compare it to Bristol City, and I think it's a much better team than Bristol City, but yet they're outside it. I also think it's a lot better than Blackburn's squad as well. They've got some big names in there. I look at Wallace, I look at Swift, and they've just not performed. They haven't done a good job this year. They've, of course, had their main manager go to Spain, into Valencia, in Corban. I probably got that name completely wrong, but you guys know who I'm talking about. The Spanish manager that left West Brom to go to Valencia. And then they replaced him with Tony Mowbray, who didn't do a good job. Let's be honest, he is one of the nicest guys in football. Didn't do a good job, and they sacked him. And they've got a caretaker boss in charge now. And Luton, against teams that have nothing to play for, we don't normally do well. Now, yes, they are technically on the beach. West Brom, they've got nothing to play for, but some of these players which they've got in their squad will have something to play for. And reading the comments by West Brom, apparently, if they play their under-21s, they're more likely to win compared to actually playing their first-team squad. So I hope they're actually playing their first-team squad, because some of their players might be thinking, right, I'm out of contract in the summer, I don't want to get injured, so I'm going to just take it nice and easily. Whereas some players might look at it from a different perspective and go, actually, I'm out of contract. If I make a name for myself over the last couple of games in the season, I might get rewarded with a new contract or get myself a move. So there is an element of something to play for, but not as much compared to like going for a promotion spot. And I would rather play against a team that actually does have something to play for, because I do think we perform better. And you look at the Blackburn game. Blackburn at that point, they were just going down the league. And they had nothing to play for, I felt. But then them beating us has kick-started this fantastic run of form which they've been on. And they might actually sneak a playoff position, which I find crazy, because they were not a good side when we played against them. And they were not a team full of confidence. But they managed to beat us. And that's the only thing that worries me going into this game. Are Luton going to turn up? Because if we don't, I think West Brom will walk away with the 3 points. They have the quality to do so. Although it might not look it if you look at it from the the form table. We are the top end, they are the bottom end. But I still think in games like this, where there's full of surprises, it's the last game of the season. It's like the first game of the season where like anything could kind of happen. So you need to turn up. And I'm sure if we turn up and we perform like we have done over the last 3 games, we will walk away with the 3 points. Honestly, right now, I'm actually excited about tomorrow. I've accepted whatever happens. Unfortunately, if we do go down, we go down. I'm excited about the future under Matt Bloomfield, regardless of what happens tomorrow. If you ask me that when the first whistle goes during the game, I might give you a completely different answer. But honestly, I'm excited about tomorrow. I've got a good feeling about it, which might be some false positivity inside me. But honestly, this is what we like as fans. We like these big games. So fingers crossed Luton will walk away with the 3 points and we stay up in the Championship. So what would be my starting 11 for the game? Now, I would only make the one change. I would play the exact same team that played again. Well, it's either going to be 1 or 2 changes. This is how I see it. I might make just if I was the manager, I would probably only make the 1 change. And it would be in defence. I wouldn't play Ted Menji. I would put him out of I'll take him out the side and I'll put Cal Naismith in. I think Cal Naismith has to start. I think this is such a massive game. We need his experience and leadership in the side. I think that is so important to have in a game like this. I think regardless if he starts or not, he will feature at some point in the match. And I don't know if Bloomfield will drop Makosso. Hopefully he doesn't, because Makosso has performed amazing since we've brought him into the team. But him coming off at half-time against Coventry, I don't know if that's like some sort of hint that Naismith might start and Makosso might, come on off the bench. I'm not too sure. But I would rather see Ted Menji out the side. I know he's only recently come back from that long-term injury, but you can definitely see he's a little bit rusty. So I would rather have someone who's a little bit more agile, who's great on the ball, who can lead from the back in Cal Naismith. My second dilemma would be, would you play Fane or would you play Clark? Clark, of course, has been player of the season. He's been one of the better players, especially under Matt Bloomfield. So you could put an argument there for Clark to start ahead of Fane. I do think Fane's done quite well over the last 2 games. Well, since actually coming back into the side under Matt Bloomfield. But again, the experience, Clark has that in the midfield. Also, it's fantastic for Walsh to get that red card overturned. It was never a red card in the first place. Hopefully he doesn't get involved in anything stupid against West Brom, because I do think he is a walking red card. And yeah, just stay disciplined, because that's the worst thing that could happen in this game, is to go down to 10 men at some point when we don't need to go down to 10 men. Nothing silly, nothing stupid. If we concede a goal early or at any point during the game, remain calm and just get back on track like we have done under Matt Bloomfield. But yeah, I think I would make the 1 change. I think, talking to you guys now, Cal Naismith for Ted Menji in the starting 11, and then I would bring Clark on in the second half, depending on how the game is going about. But hopefully the game's done and dusted at half-time, and we can all celebrate throughout that whole second half with results going our way and also us winning quite easily. So fingers crossed that is the case. But look, football's for the surprises. We can't, we've got to take West Brom seriously. Yes, nothing to play for, but we still got to take them seriously. And yeah, I do want to see, lastly, with the lineup, Ali and Morris up top together. I don't want to see Ali play as a left wing back. Play Ali further forward alongside Morris. I do think that striker partnership could work out. Ali stretching the play up with his pace, and I do think that allows Morris to actually be a little bit more dangerous than normal compared to the lump ball going forward and him just winning the flick onto absolutely no one. So yeah, that would be my starting 11. That's currently how I'm feeling. I'm excited. Tomorrow morning I might wake up different, but hopefully we just go and do the job. And in my match reaction, you're going to see a very happy Lewis, giving you my thoughts on the game. And yeah, we're celebrating staying up in the Championship for next season. So let me know what you think down below. I will be live streaming as well on Sunday, breaking down this game in a little bit more detail. Hopefully it would be a positive live stream if we do the result and get the result. But yeah, lots of content when the season is over as well. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel, liking, commenting, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my match reaction tomorrow after the game against West Brom.